Hello team, this is Rob Dillon. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to make a quick video here to show you how to sort your SSA list. I saw from the webinar there were a handful of you guys that were not very familiar with how to use Excel. So since we do not have a lot of time to do detailed Excel training, I'm just going to do a tutorial here to kind of help you out. So as you can see, it just opened it up, went into an Excel, actually a CVS file, which is the same. I'm going to go ahead and just delete some of the things that I don't necessarily need. I'm going to know my dealer number. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to View. I'm going to freeze pane. So there's a freeze pane right there. And what that does is that lets me move over to the other data and move up and down without, being able to see everything. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to want to put a filter on this so I can utilize it a little bit better. So now let's go over to Home, go over to Filter, Filter, and you'll see the little drop-down buckets right here where now you can sort largest to smallest or what have you. Next thing I'm going to do, if I was a parts manager, I'm going to go ahead and select only the stuff I do not have in stock. So there, now I have quantity on hand 0. The other thing is this thing is sorted up by quantity sold. So I'm going to do largest to smallest. It's already set up. So obviously, as you can see, all the stuff that basically has 5, 4, 3 hits or more, I'm going to want to stock those. That's where I'm going to start for my second quarter. Now, in the meantime, only because I want to watch my capital, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete things that only did 1 or 2 hits. So this way I'm just streamlining my my SSA list here. So now that gave me a total of, let's see here, how many? A total of, come down to the bottom, with 3 or more hits. Basically my order is 89 pieces, $8,900.76. Now remember, you can use your scenario in your PPB portal to see where you're at when it comes to your 5% or 3% or whatever you're trying to achieve. So now that we have that, the other thing we can do is say, okay, I want to order all of these pieces, but now you want to maybe organize this and sort it by A to Z. Let's say you want to bring in your collision parts at one time so you're not overwhelming your driver. So we can come over here and say, all right, team, we're going to go ahead and just order in collision parts. So now you can go ahead and order just collision parts for that day. And then when you get your stock order in, the guys will know they're going to be putting away heavy stuff and what have you. And then when that's done, you can go ahead and sort out, get rid of collision, and now we're just going to bring in mechanical parts. So you can kind of set up your day a little bit more for your team when it comes to stocking in parts. So that's that. The other thing I was going to show you is, now that you're going to order up just your collision parts, one thing I'm going to recommend is do not get deterred. If all of a sudden you see this is quantity sold 24 and you went into your DMS and you said, you know what, I just sold that to one guy. You know what? Understandable. So what I'm going to recommend, just highlight that. You know about that. We're not going to order that in yet. We'll maybe come back and visit that at a later date, and you can go down the rest of them. This way you can actually say, okay, this one I'm going to wait on, this one I'm going to wait on. All of these other ones, you're going to order everything but the yellow. And the nice part about it is you can then also sort this by color. So you say, I'm going to revisit these. They're going to stay on your SSA list, but you can always come back and order them later if you need to. So don't get deterred by some of the onesies, twosies that might be deterring you from ordering up your entire SSA. Alright, that's a quick less than 5-minute tutorial to help you get started. The other thing I do want to recommend to you guys is that if none of this is coming up for you, you may have an older version of Excel. And if you do have an older version of Excel, these steps are not going to work. You can always lean on somebody else in the dealership who maybe knows Excel who can teach you this. And then lastly, I do want to show you this. If you are going to save this saves it as a CSV file. I would recommend you go ahead and change I would recommend you change this to an Excel file. So then if you did do colors or if you did do filters or what have you, it will update. And it'll update and save all that stuff. So there you go. And then you could just save that, and you're good to go, and you can keep adding to that same file if you wanted to do the days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So hope this was helpful until you get further Excel training, and thank you for your time.